Just human. I want to say one thing about religion again. What God do humans know will give you life, free will, and all of this glorious things that this earth has to offer? But you have to believe and understand in it before you can actually live a life. All the while you're trying to live this life with this free will, this choice of whether you want to believe or not. You have to earn your living. You have to work for what you want. You have to take care of yourself. That means you got to be educated. You got to have the ability, the strength, the will, the mindset, to understand life. Because some people in this world are mentally fucked up. Some people in this world are psychologically fucked up. They want to kill you just because they want to kill you. Just because. You understand what I'm saying? Why you think people get in America, then when they get a gun, they decide they want to go do mass shootings? It's because they're fucked up in the head about shit. They can't control it no more. I'm not one of those people, and I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I'd rather somebody kill me and send me to whatever God it is that is out there, because I'm going to suffer a fate, right? And die. But they have to live knowing that they killed me. And according to religion, thou shalt not kill. So basically, that person that took my life, if it wasn't in self-defense that I tried to take theirs, and he took mine and first, then if it was done just out of despite, think about it. That person has to live with that for the rest of their life behind bars, or they might die in the process before or doing, So it's like you have to live to die. And the understanding for living is that the fact that this God that created you wants you to believe in it, wants you to educate yourself about it. And it all has to be done through other human beings that have never witnessed it. Not one soul on this planet has ever witnessed God, ever. But they do know that a book was left behind. This God left a book behind, right? And in the book, it just talks about other human lives. But the one thing interesting about this book that I wanted to always point out is the fact that this book starts off with a chapter or a book called Genesis, right? And in that book, the very first murder that happened between two human beings is when one human being was jealous of the other one, took a rock, an earth item, right? Something that Earth made, Earth item, something that Earth produced, took it in his hand, and without knowledge of knowing how to kill somebody, because it's never been done before that happened, this human being took this Earth-produced item, or why I keep saying item, this Earth-produced natural product, and in a striking motion, and the Bible doesn't explain that. Okay, maybe it does. And what it also explains, because everybody who read this chapter about Cain and Abel in the Bible, you know that God already knew that was going to happen. I want you to think about that first before you try to interpret what you understand and know. God already knew that was going to happen according to what it was written in this Bible, right? So if he already knew this was going to happen, he didn't do anything to stop it, it means that these two people that engaged into this situation, Cain and Abel, their free will was at work, and they decided, one decided, other decided that it just didn't want that other human being's life to continue. So in the striking motion with something that this human thought of would kill that other human being because of its rage of jealousy, or this anger, and its how you say this, its violent mind of I hate this person, decide to strike in the Bible. The first murder goes into this descriptive way of how human beings really hate each other. And all the while, and I'm going to leave you with this, all the while that happened, before it even happened, this God knew, because it created us to understand that what it knew before it happened, it gave us the free will to make it happen. And if we act out on everything that it knows that we're going to do, then basically, what is that saying? What are you reading? You understand what I'm saying? And let's not forget the information that I told you about that come out of Genesis and the Bible, the Christian religion, or a Christian relation to religion, what it states in that Bible. This is something that, how you said, that's supposed to be manifested in a sense of what man knows about this God that created us all. So this was all written before we got here, right? Everything in the Bible was written before we got here. We didn't just come on along and start living and just start writing. The cavemen and cavewomen didn't have the Bible in their hand. They just all of a sudden started existed as far as what science is, right? Science. We're talking, exploration, discoveries, and all this other shit through science, which man pretty much actually, like I said, evidently know through physical understanding and touching and all this other stuff. But the Bible says this and the Bible says that, and all of this happened before we got here, and the earth's been around for 6,000 years. Am I telling you to leave religion alone? No, you got to think about the spiritual part of it, right? You don't believe what your eyes tell you, right? Except for the fact that you got to count your money, pay your rent, and make sure you're living, right? The "In God We Trust" banknotes that you have to keep on you. Because if you don't keep those banknotes on you, you're not going to live. You're not going to be able to have your free will to be, to roam around the earth and do what you need to do and take care of yourself. We was naked, according to the Bible. We were naked. We didn't have clothes. Eve decided that she wanted to eat an apple from the forbidden tree of life. And God knew that was going to happen too. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm going fucking crazy. Just sitting here thinking about all of this shit. Hell is hot, and you got to have a fan to keep yourself cool. So, enjoy life.